Gridiron Light, sponsored by Memphis Bottlers Pepsi Cola, Central Methodist University, and ScoreStream.
Good evening, everybody. The Crooksville football team will ring the bell tonight as they defeated Marshall 38-0.
Ottumwa returns home to face Des Moines Lincoln and its dual threat QB Will McIlvain. Ottumwa trailing 28-6 halfway through the second quarter. Lincoln threatening again. Will McIlvain drops back to pass and he lets one fly, but he finds Ottumwa's Jaquan Bridges instead. He then carries and eventually sheds Vaughn Fleming before getting pushed out of bounds and Ottumwa takes over. However, Ottumwa's drive would stall and Lincoln pushes the lead to 31. On the kickoff, Sam Wayway getting some great blocking here. He ends up laying some wood at the end of the run, and he is taken out at the 46-yard line. First play of that next drive, why not go back to him? Sam Wayway gets a pass from Addison Corum, and then he is off to the races. He breaks a few tackles, avoids a few more, gets some nice blocks, and goes across field into the red zone for Ottumwa. He ends up getting stopped at the 14-yard line on a 40-yard gain. Later in that drive, Ottumwa on a 3rd and 1, Addison Corum with the QB keeper, and the Bulldogs are once again on the board, but however, they would miss the PAT, and it's 35-12. 3 seconds to go in the half now. McIlvain doing what he does here, trying to extend a play. He ends up running nearly across the entire field, trying to direct some traffic, but he eventually gets his traffic signals mixed up to Ottumwa's benefit as Isaiah Carter comes up with the Bulldogs' second INT of the game. That would end the half. Sam Wayway with 2 TDs on a big day, but Ottumwa falls 51-19.
Macon hasn't lost to Highland in 7 years. Let's see what happened tonight. Macon in black wanted to run the ball, and Kevin Edwards shows off his speed. 30 yards later, he finds the end zone to make it 23-0. Let's not forget the defense. Mitchell and Smoot make a statement on the play. Later on, Nash Waller would find Cade Hicks for the big gain. It was all Macon tonight. The final was 50-6.
The Pekin Panthers have been red hot to start the season, but now it is time to put that all behind them as district play has begun. The Panthers opening with the always tough Montezuma team. First quarter action here. Caleb Comstock executes the play fake and then finds a free Chandler Eckley. He makes a man miss and then gets some yards after the catch, all the way down to the 19-yard line, and Pekin is in the red zone. A few plays later, 2nd and goal from the 1. Monica Rakena makes it look easy. Pekin with a 7-0 lead after he runs in, and Pekin gets the ball again as their offense would continue to roll. Comstock looking to pass once more, and he finds Rakena out in the flat. He makes a man miss, gets some great blocking as well, and he gets taken down to the 30-yard line. 2 plays later, a quick handoff here to Keaton Bayan. He goes straight up the middle, makes a terrific cut, and then is gone 30 yards to pay dirt. Pekin with a 14-point lead. The Panthers were shut out by the Braves a year ago, and they return the favor this season. Pekin wins big, 41-0.
Let's head to Queen City. It was a big conference game for Schuyler County and Scotland County. Scotland County and wide. Jaden Payne runs hard as the Tigers move the chains. Will Fromm goes in untouched as the visitors jump out to the early lead. The Rams, Riley Veach and Austin Kirby make it look easy for the first down. The drive would stall later on. There was no magic as the ball goes off Kirby's hands. Gage Dodge would gauge it perfectly for the interception. The Tigers would find the end zone on the very next play as Fromm and Matthew Woods play a little pitch and catch. That made it a 14-0 ball game. Later on, Veach is in trouble, but he would find Wyatt Homer to keep the drive alive. 7 plays later, Veach would get the 6 points, but Scotland County wins it 31-8.
Centreville is at home, still looking for its first win. The Big Reds took on its first district test, a familiar foe in Clark. The Big Reds D was very opportunistic early as the team would be fired up. First quarter action here, Centreville's McCain Odin jumps on a broken snap there, and that would be a fumble recovery, and the Big Reds take over. Just 5 plays later on the drive, Centreville would capitalize. Sophomore QB Quentin Kostner throws a perfect 30-yard pass to Zach Cranfield for the early TD. Centreville takes a 6-0 lead as they would miss the PAT. The Big Reds offense kept rolling. Second quarter now, Kostner finds Tiger Terpstra, and he gets a nice gain, and that leads to a first down to extend the drive. A few plays later, Kostner with the fake sweep, and he finds Centreville over the middle, and he does the rest. He makes not one, not two, but 3 tacklers miss as he gets into the end zone on a 50-yard pass and catch. Centreville takes a 13-0 lead after the PAT. Centreville runs away with this game, winning big in the second half, going up 41-0.
Next up, it's 2 teams that don't like each other. It's Milan and Putnam County. Putnam County in white, great blocks by Tyson Cassidy and O.D. Perkins. Cody Quint would do the rest, but the drive would stall. The Wildcats get the ball back. However, the big play was called back because of a penalty that did not help Coach Dabney's stomach tonight. Meanwhile, the Midgets were churning out the yards on the ground. It's Quint again for a big gain. More great blocking. Brundage follows his blockers, and he would find the end zone. This time, Ryan Dabney and Hunter Shaw would get 6 points for their efforts. Close game. Putnam County wins it 24-21. In college football, Truman State hits the road to face high-scoring Morningside. This is a team that averaged 724 yards in their first 2 games.
They've averaged 50 over the last 4 years. They set a national record one year with 59 points a game, and then the next year, that was 2 or 3 years ago, and the next year they set a national record with 632 yards a game.
Those are gaudy numbers, so what will the Bulldogs have to do? Well, for starters, they have to move the chains and get first downs, something they did not do last week as they were only 1 of 14, and there is more.
Just from a defensive perspective, can we cut 40 missed assignments to 10 or 15? You'd certainly like your chances a lot better. Can we get corrected with our major kicking game errors to correct those field position issues, and offensively be the same assignment type stuff on the other side where we can just hang on the football a little long. So it's not about Morningside. It truly is about Truman State.